feeling thirsty. This time, let me taste some of your sweet love nectar.
Love nectar?
Just as I thought, that's where it comes out.
Stop that!
When you're a kid, a lot of your personality is built on whatever media you stumbled upon and chose to consume. If you're super into music, then you probably listened to a lot of music as a kid. If you know a lot about video games, then you probably played and watched a lot of video games. And if you like big fat juicy furry hentai, then you were probably a chill kid. And then there's the anime kids. The kids who spent their entire childhoods watching animated Japanese characters fight. I'm pretty positive everyone knows what an anime kid is, and I'm sure a lot of you guys enjoy anime yourselves. The thing about people who love anime is hit or miss. Either they're the chillest people you'll ever have the honor of having a conversation with, or they're the weirdest people to walk planet Earth. The nice thing is you can usually tell the difference just from sight or smell, and I also think it has to do with the kind of anime that they watch. I mean, there's some cool animes, and then there's just, well, you guys know what I'm talking about. We've all watched it before. Don't even lie and say you haven't. A lot of my friends are anime fans. Me, I never got into it, which is part of the reason I'm making this video. When I was a kid, I never really found anime appealing at all. I always found it weird because the one anime I accidentally watched when I was really young was, well, one of the ones we talked about earlier. And I also always felt like the plots were really repetitive. Either it's fighting or sex. And yes, obviously, there's more animes than just those two. But then they're about some sport nobody cares about. When I was picking my personality as a kid, I went in a completely different direction. All I would watch as a kid were sitcoms. I don't know what made me choose that path, but I still love sitcoms, which is kind of contradicting what I said about anime because the plots in sitcoms are also really repetitive. You know, group of friends, apartment building in the city, sex, relationships, etc., etc. But sitcom humor is kind of what shaped my personality, which is why I'm not funny. And sometimes when I tell certain anime fans that I don't watch anime, they're always like, "What? You don't watch anime? What?" The people who act like this are usually the people who have made anime their entire personality. The kids who be Naruto running down the halls and saying the only 5 Japanese words they've learned. Why? Then you tell them you've watched The Last Airbender, and they'll be like, "That's not a real anime." Now, the thing is, I've actually tried to get into anime many times. During COVID, I remember my brother made me watch the first episode of Death Note, and that shit was peak! Death Note was one of the best shows that I think I have ever watched in my whole entire life. Aside from Mike Tyson Mysteries, of course. It was so good, I finished it in 2 days, and I've watched it 3 times. It had everything you looked for in a story. A thrilling plotline, likable characters that you get attached to, crazy plot twists. It just had everything. I busted all over the screen watching it. And that's the only anime I've ever watched. Besides, redo of Healer, but that's a topic for another time. After I watched Death Note, I asked my brother to give me more anime recommendations, and they were all ass. I've come to the conclusion that no anime will be more peak than Death Note. I brought up earlier that a lot of animes are fighting animes, and I get that's what people like, but to be honest, I never really enjoyed the action genre ever. I mean, I prefer watching dramas over action movies. Oh my god, this guy's so lame. I know. I guess it's just not interesting to me when they fight. Apologies to anyone whose personality is formed off of a Naruto move.
Here are the 12 official Naruto ninja hand seals. Saru, Tori, Inu, I, Tatsu, Mi, Uma, Hichiji, Ne, Ushi.
But I think that's one of the main reasons why I haven't been able to get into anime. Because, I mean, a lot of anime is fighting. See, Death Note was way more psychological than it was action. And I think I really enjoyed the aspect of having to dissect what was going on in the story. I'm basically saying that all fighting animes have zero plot. Nah, I'm just kidding. But I won't enjoy it. A good example is JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I watched the first episode of JoJo and I loved it. I was really interested in what was going on in the beginning, and it was nice to follow. But as I kept watching, it just seemed like every 2 minutes there would be a new fight. Like, I ain't trying to watch all that. I always ask people to recommend me good animes because I do like to keep an open mind. But if I hear one more person recommend One Piece to me, One Piece, I'm finna crash out. Yeah, it might be peak, the best anime you ever seen. But ain't nobody trying to watch 2 million episodes. Some of us have jobs. I mean, one of the hardest things about getting into an anime is having to get into an anime. Sometimes it's a commitment I'm not looking for. A lot of animes are just so long, and a lot of it is just filler episodes that aren't even really important to the story. Yeah, Naruto might be one of the best animes ever, but it's got like 1,000 episodes. And do I really need to watch this guy chow down on some ramen for 500 of those episodes? And also, why does this dude have whiskers? Is he supposed to be like a cat? I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I don't know what it is with anime and making people into animals, but I mean, they be turning people into anything. But you know what? That pink hair girl in Naruto, she bad as hell. I don't even know her name, but she can get it. Oh, also this purple hair girl from, I don't know what anime this is. Wait, all these characters are above 18, right? Fuck! Anyways, I'm aware that there are animes out there that I would probably enjoy. Peak titles like, I Want to Eat Your Pancreas, I Want You to Make a Disgusted Face and Show Me Your Underwear, and let's not forget, My Little Sister Can't Be This Cute.
What is your favorite anime and why?
Have you heard of an anime called My Little Sister Can't Be This Cute?
If you watched any of those, please leave in the comments if they were good or not. I've been recommended so many animes in my life, but I've never really looked into trying to watch any of them. I feel like if I was ever to watch another anime, it would probably be Attack on Titan. I feel like I've heard a lot of good things about it, and I do genuinely want to watch it. It's one of those ones where, yeah, there might be a lot of fighting, but there's just too many people saying how good it is for you to pass it up. A big struggle for me in social settings is when I can't relate to a lot of people because they bring up anime references that I don't understand. And I mean, I could do the same by referencing sitcoms, but who the f watches sitcoms? Yo, we're growing up watching Goku make little electric balls. Meanwhile, I grew up watching this dude. Well, I wanted to end this video by saying, if you have any anime recommendations, feel free to leave them in the comments. Give me a little bit of a description. There's a chance I don't even check them out, but, you know, maybe something will catch my eye. Have a good day. Thank you for watching. And I want to take a second to say that only a small percentage of people...
I'm quite grateful for that. But I prefer the women in my life to be under 12.